A group of family members were playing the card game Hearts over the holidays. In this game, everyone is dealt a hand of cards, and these hands are played out in rounds. At the beginning of each hand, players will pass 3 cards before play begins. The first hand, they pass 3 cards to the left. The next hand, they pass 3 cards to the right. And the third hand, well, in the third hand, they started to argue. Bill thought on the third hand they should hold their cards and not pass any. Cory disagreed. That was true with an odd number of players, but with 4 players, he argued, players pass 3 cards across. In this case, Cory would pass with Tracy and Bill would pass with Scott. Because Tracy had been excitedly talking about decision-making by consent earlier that day, Bill asked her how the situation could possibly be resolved by consent. It has to be one way or the other, right? Either they pass or they don't. The choices are clear-cut. The usual ways they might have resolved this problem involved power and control. Either they used legalistic means by consulting a rule book, or the majority would overrule the minority. Somebody would get their way and somebody would be forced to back down. The situation threatened their family harmony. Tracy did not have a solution, but she decided to trust the process. First, she did a picture-forming round. What were each player's interests? Bill really thought they were to hold their cards, and he liked his cards and wanted to keep them. Cory thought the opposite and wanted to pass his cards. And Scott didn't care either way. Tracy did not either. They went around and got everyone's point of view, not just the two in conflict. The next step was to develop proposals. Tracy asked the both and question. How could both Bill keep his cards and Cory pass his cards? As soon as Tracy asked the question, someone suggested a resolution. Bill and Scott hold, Tracy and Cory pass. If their purpose that day had been to have a regulation game of hearts, they could have brainstormed a different solution. Instead, their primary purpose was to enjoy their family time together. Tracy then tested this proposal for consent. There were no objections, just a recognition that it was unusual. Tracy took a moment with her family to reflect on how nobody had to back down. Nobody gave up power or what was important to them. The solution was not some hidden agenda that one of them was pushing. The family enjoyment, their true purpose, was strengthened. Most important, the solution did not emerge until the question was framed as, how can we have both? This question stimulated real creative thinking. Many real-life situations are more complex than this card game, and the stakes are higher. People have strongly held beliefs and values that seem in opposition. One time, we were asked to facilitate a board of directors retreat, and right before the big day, they had a controversial policy issue arise. People were emotionally charged and yelling at each other, and the board president told us, "We are so upset with each other, we don't even know how to have the conversation. This will be a test for your method." Afterward, she said the process allowed them to really hear each other's concerns and come to a wise resolution that nobody would have predicted ahead of time.